If he comes out, then go sign the contract and we will fight.
Like, do you think Manny can be like a fighter like Rolly, in your opinion, Shane?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. What do you see there?
I see that he can throw those more punches and combinations and moves very well.
Big welterweight. And when you look at Rolly Romero, he's not that big. He's not a real welterweight. I don't think he's even that big for 140. I mean, Isak Cruz, who's a blown up lightweight, blasted him out. So it's like, I think they're looking at that fight against Romero to be not as physically imposing as Mario Barrios.
At the press conference, Manny Pacquiao calmly responded to Rolly Romero's endless trash talk. Pacquiao said that Rolly talks too much, and that if he truly believes he can beat him, he should stop talking and make the fight happen. His words carried quiet authority, showing confidence without arrogance. Pacquiao reminded everyone that he has always been a man of action, someone who proves himself inside the ring, not through words.
And we spoke to Rolly Romero, who's a potential opponent for you in the future. He said that he would like to have a Hall of Famer on his resume. What do you tell him?
In his resume, if he can beat me.
Manny, Tim Bradley said that he was a little upset with both your performance and Barrios. He said that it was a sparring session. What do you tell Tim Bradley? What do you tell him? You know Tim Bradley well. You fought him 3 times.
That's his opinion.
The boxing world was shocked when fresh reports emerged about Manny Pacquiao's next possible fight. Despite being far beyond the typical retirement age, Pacquiao still pushes for greatness, proving his love for boxing remains as strong as ever. News spread quickly that he might return to the ring, and fans around the globe were immediately excited to see him compete again. According to Box Raw on X, Manny Pacquiao is reportedly set to face welterweight world champion Rolly Romero in Las Vegas. Pacquiao will be 47 years old in December. Ahead of a potential 2026 title fight, Rolly Romero has stirred controversy with his repeated disrespect toward Pacquiao. In interviews, he mocked Manny's fighting style, calling it the ugliest in boxing and even saying that the legend doesn't know how to fight and has no real skills. These harsh remarks spread rapidly online, drawing heavy criticism from fans who accused Rolly of arrogance toward one of boxing's all-time greats. Pacquiao's legendary career speaks for itself. He has defeated top fighters across multiple divisions. Rolly's comments suggest either deep underestimation or a calculated attempt to draw attention. Whatever his motive, his words have only fueled anticipation, turning what could have been a respectful matchup into a heated personal rivalry.
Pacquiao to me, Pacquiao is the fucking ugliest guy in boxing. And look what the fuck he's accomplished. And now every fucking fight in the Philippines, just because I fight differently, and it means I don't know half no fucking skills. I got my own fucking skills. That's what got me this far. It's like fucking Prince Nassim Muhammad. You're gonna say fucking he don't got no damn skills? Every fighter got skills. Look, in this fucking generation, if you don't try to box like Floyd, a typical Mexican, a Russian like Lomachenko, or a European fighter, you're trashing this sport. You apparently don't know how to box. Because these are the fucking idols of the boxing.
Don't matter if he beats Barrios or not. Still, Rolly Pacquiao. How many losses Pacquiao had? Oh, that's another thing, bro. Pacquiao another one that don't give a fuck about losses, and everyone keep tuning in for him, right? Bro, all that undefeated shit, that don't mean shit if you're not fighting Nova. Nobody gives a fuck about you. There's so many bigger fights for me. Like, would I rather fight, I don't know, for instance, a Pacquiao or Jerome Ennis? What's a bigger fight for me? What fight would sell more? Me and Broner or me and Jerome Ennis? Obviously, me and Broner. What would sell more? Me and Ryan again or me and Jerome Ennis? What would sell more? Tank coming up to fight for his fourth division, or me and Jerome Ennis? It's just basic, you know. What's the bigger fight for? Like, it's not. I'm not even talking about money. The money. What's the bigger fight for the boxing world?
Manny Pacquiao recently confirmed that he intends to fight again soon. He admitted that he wasn't fully satisfied with his last bout and feels there's still more he wants to accomplish. Even at his age, his drive and discipline remain unmatched. Pacquiao explained that boxing, for him, is not only about winning titles, it's about testing his limits and continuing to challenge himself. Fans admire him not just for his achievements, but for his humility and dedication. His decision to step back into the ring shows that his love for the sport remains unbroken. Many believe his comeback isn't about fame or money, but rather about the pure joy of competition, something that has defined his career from the beginning.
Will you be fighting again kaya this year again, Manny? Everyone's asking, how did you prepare for the fight?
Wala akong ibang iniisip kundi focus lang sa training every day. Like even Sunday, ibang distraction, anything like that. for 2 months. Kasi nakahabol ako sa oras. Supposedly, yung mga ganong fight, dapat mga 3.5 months o 4 months. Especially at sa edad ko na 6, diba?
Yeah.
Satisfied ako sa naging condition ko, but hindi pa talaga yun yung 100% na gusto kong makuha, achieve na yung speed, yung timing, yung more punches na gusto kong maabot.
Will you be fighting again kaya this year again, Manny? Everyone's asking.
This year, mga December.
Former world champion Shane Mosley shared his thoughts on a potential Manny Pacquiao versus Rolly Romero fight. Mosley confidently stated that Pacquiao would beat Rolly without question. He explained that Manny's power, speed, and experience would completely overwhelm Romero's aggressive but predictable approach. Mosley emphasized that Pacquiao's sharp combinations and precise punches would be too much for Rolly to handle. Having fought Manny himself, Mosley's opinion carries real weight. He understands Pacquiao's timing, rhythm, and explosive style better than most. Like many analysts, he believes Manny's intelligence, conditioning, and ring IQ could easily lead him to another dominant victory even at this stage of his career.
Do you think Manny can be like a fighter like Rolly, in your opinion, Shane?
Yes.
Yeah, wow, okay. What do you see there?
I see that he get those more punches and combinations and moves very well. It'd be hard for Rolly to get close to him.
Okay, because yeah, people would say like, oh, Rolly's a big puncher. He's a lot younger than Manny. He's been active. Like he's a big guy.
Yeah, but he's gonna do that fight in December, so I'm not sure if he's gonna be fighting Rolly or anybody. He has to fight in December that he has to do, so I know that. And then from there, then maybe he can fight Rolly or somewhere else.
Boxing analyst and former fighter Chris Algieri also expressed excitement about the potential Pacquiao versus Romero matchup, calling it an event fans would love to see. He said that the combination of Pacquiao's legendary status and Romero's bold attitude creates the perfect balance of respect and rivalry. Algieri noted that even though Manny is approaching 50, his fighting spirit has not faded. A fight like this would test Pacquiao's endurance while giving Rolly a chance to prove himself against a true icon. The contrast between Manny's calm humility and Rolly's loud arrogance only makes the fight more appealing to audiences worldwide.
You faced Manny Pacquiao. What did you think about his performance? Should he continue? What's going on?
Guy's still doing it. It's mind-blowing. 46 years old. Listen, did he look like Manny of old? No. Did he look great? No. But he looked damn good for a 46-year-old. The fact that he was able to compete at that level with a 30-year-old champion, I mean, it just speaks worlds to Manny Pacquiao and how special he truly is. They're talking about him and Rolly's. I don't mind that fight. I think that fight makes a lot of sense. Rolly's not a big welterweight. Manny's obviously not a big welterweight, never has been. That fight, I think, makes a lot of sense. I'd like to see Manny win another world title, and then maybe he can make the Floyd fight.
Boxing commentator Showbiz the Adult discussed how quickly news of this possible fight exploded online. He pointed out that negotiations are already underway, and that both sides seem close to finalizing the deal. Showbiz explained that despite the age gap and personality differences, this matchup carries emotional significance. Pacquiao represents discipline, honor, and legacy, while Rolly stands for youthful confidence and rebellion. The public's curiosity about whether the veteran can outthink the loud, younger challenger has made this rumored fight one of the most discussed topics in recent months. According to insiders, the official announcement could arrive soon, once contract details are finalized.
It's GOAT versus GOAT. We know Rolly Romero is the damn GOAT, all right? Number 2. This makes Rolly Romero's resume one of the best resumes in boxing, period. Think about it. He beats Ryan Garcia. He fights Gervonta Tank Davis and Pitbull and shit, Manny Pacquiao. If you look at, seriously, look at Rolly. Rolly Romero, dog, this shit's crazy. Who do I have winning the fight? Listen, man, Rolly Romero was a friend of mine. You tweeted last week that you've never lied about anything. But really, you must have told some little white lies. Tell us a lie you have told. Just the 2. Hey, bro. You know what? You seen me do the back, two shoulders, and a lot of things with Rolly Romero on the zone. And listen, we've built up the type of product when we're together that it goes viral and it's great moments. I love Rolly Romero. It's hard for me to go up against him. Manny Pacquiao, though, come on. Manny Pacquiao is my age, a little bit older. I mean, come on, dog. He got robbed against Mario Barrios, in my opinion. I mean, come on, dog. I mean, this should be a unification bout, all right? But I don't know, man.
Manny Pacquiao's determination continues to inspire as he prepares for another title shot at age 47. His previous fight against Mario Barrios ended in a draw, and now he wants redemption by taking on Rolando Romero for the welterweight championship. While most athletes his age have long retired, Pacquiao refuses to slow down. He believes that as long as his body responds and his heart remains committed, he can still compete at an elite level. Fans admire his courage and work ethic, though some question the wisdom of facing a much younger opponent. For Manny, however, it's not about proving others wrong, it's about personal satisfaction and finishing his journey on his own terms.
Big breaking news in the sport of boxing. Manny Pacquiao and Rolly Romero. It's probably going to end up happening. Manny Pacquiao said right here that all they're waiting for is the negotiation and finalizing the deal, signing on the paper. And this fight is probably going to go down in Las Vegas. Manny Pacquiao, Rolly Romero. I don't know. Looking at it from right now, I'm going to have to go with Manny Pacquiao. I think Rolly Romero's feet are just too flat, too heavy. And I think Manny Pacquiao outboxes him. But let me know in the comments what you think, man. Is this fight going to happen? Number one. Number two, who do you got? And number three, if Manny Pacquiao does win the title, does he unify or does he retire being the oldest champion, setting another world record? Let me know what you think, y'all.
Some analysts have given their honest opinions on this possible fight. They say it could be a decent matchup, but perhaps not a thrilling one, since both fighters will compete at welterweight and might not display peak explosiveness. Still, they believe the emotional and stylistic contrast makes it worth watching.
Manny Pacquiao is back again. Legend Manny Pacquiao, after getting a draw to Mario Barrios that he definitely should have won, is once again looking to get a title shot at the age of 47 against another weak champion, Rolly Romero. Can he do it? Well, honestly, maybe. Everybody loves Rolly Romero, the guy. No one really respects him as a boxer. He's kind of been a joke. And even after upsetting Ryan Garcia, who's also kind of a joke, people are still pretty down on him. And you know that because 47-year-old Manny Pacquiao is willing to fight him. It really says how weak this division is, that both Rolly Romero and Mario Barrios are champions at welterweight without ever having won any fight at welterweight. How does that happen? Greedy sanctioning bodies. See, it's stuff like this that make people think they should overturn the Ali Act and hand boxing over to Dana White. But either way, Manny Pacquiao looked a lot better than most people expected in his last fight. And honestly, you can never count this guy out, especially against weaker opponents like Rolly Romero. Although I do think Rolly is a step up from Mario Barrios, but I still think Manny can do it. Not will, can. Do you think Manny Pacquiao can reclaim the title at the age of 47 and beat Rolly Romero? Let me know in the comments.
Several boxing analysts have offered honest takes on the possible matchup. Some say it could be a solid fight, but maybe not an explosive one, since both fighters will compete at welterweight and may not deliver their absolute peak performance. Still, most agree that the emotional story and clash of styles make it a compelling event worth watching.
Rolando Romero fight at welterweight, and it could be at the very end of this year. For me, I love it. I love it a lot. In fact, after the Barrios fight, I said I didn't really want to see a rematch with Barrios. Listen, the Barrios fight was cool. I had greater expectations, I want to say, for it. But the reality is, with Barrios, he's 6 feet tall, and he's kind of like a boxer. So an older Pacquiao out of commission for so long and, you know, politics, all that type of stuff. It really just made for like a decent fight, but not legendary, right? Wasn't as much action. I also think that Barrios played it very respectable. I get it, you're in there with a legend, but you got to look like Eminem said. If you had one shot, one opportunity to capture everything, would you capture it or let it slip? His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms is heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. You know what I mean? You got one shot, you got to capitalize. And I felt like Barrios was just ultimately too respectful. And then Pacquiao, he's a legend, so he was pushing through it. But I think it would have been better for Pacquiao if he took a tune-up and then did a title fight. But when time isn't on your side, you're already 40-something years old. You kind of have to, you don't want to waste camps on, maybe tune-ups. But with Rolly, somebody will get hurt and somebody probably get knocked deep out. So that's what I like about this fight.
Mario Barrios showed deep respect toward Pacquiao during their fight, while Rolando Romero appears to have a very different attitude. This contrast in respect might make a big difference in the ring. Pacquiao tends to perform even better when faced with opponents who underestimate him. His calm focus, timing, and ability to read fighters have always been among his strongest advantages.
But as amazing as it was that Manny was able to do that, it's still a tough fight. Because Barrios is still big, he's still strong. He's a real welterweight, and he's actually a big welterweight. And when you look at Rolly Romero, he's not that big. He's not a real welterweight. I don't think he's even that big for 140. I mean, Isaac Cruz, who's a blown-up lightweight, blasted him out. So it's like, I think they're looking at that fight against Romero to be not as physically imposing as Mario Barrios. He also has a version of the WBA title, so there's a title on the line there. The heights, he's actually he's much shorter than Mario Barrios, obviously. Barrios is like 6 feet tall. I was really surprised how tall he is.
Is Rolly the main WBA champion?
No, he's the
Ennis is the main WBA champion.
and it's, right, and then I don't know if he gets elevated. I don't know how that works. This whole first of all, this is a whole nother thing. I'm going
WBA regular title, whatever. Yes.
This whole elevation without winning a fight thing is garbage. Look at Barrios. Barrios has not won a fight yet at welterweights. He got the interim title, was elevated, and then has 2 back-to-back draws. The man has not won a title fight yet.
Wow.
So we got to stop this email champion elevation thing. Elevate is fine, but the next fight should be for the title. I don't care. You should not just be elevated via email. You have to fight somebody. Because you get a situation like this where, Barrios, no knock on him, he's following it's the rules that are being laid in front of him. The man has not won a title fight yet. Yes, he won the Ugas fight. That was the interim title. There was a champion there. It was Crawford.
They call him a 2-time champion. Did he have a major world title at 140? Or was it the secondary BA title?
See, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but we had the main title at 140.
Because and then we're looking at Rolly Romero, and you're saying he's a 2-time world champion too, but he doesn't have a main title at welterweight either.
No, he had the main title at 140.
140 though, when he beat Barroso.
Yeah.
But not at welterweight. So they're calling him a 2-time champion too. So there's all these details. But in terms of that fight, I don't hate it. I think the buildup will be great. Mario wasn't the most marketable guy in terms of doing interviews and selling the fight. He had the look, absolutely.
Trainer
Chris Algieri also mentioned that Rolando Romero is not as physically imposing as some believe. In fact, he said Rolly would not pose the same kind of size or reach challenge that Mario Barrios did. That makes this matchup slightly easier for Pacquiao in terms of physical style. Manny has spent his entire career facing larger opponents and has consistently proven he can overcome size disadvantages. This time, he might actually find comfort in the fact that Rolly's frame and movement aren't overwhelming. With his sharp timing, power punches, and tactical experience, Pacquiao could take control early and dictate the pace from the opening round.
Of Manny, you think beats Rolly?
Yeah, I think he decisions him. I think he outboxes him. I think that he's more experienced. I think that he confuses him.
Okay. You didn't think Rolly looked well, like against Ryan? Like it seemed like it's a new and improved Rolly, like against Ryan Garcia. Like he looks more methodical.
Against who?
Against Ryan Garcia.
Against who?
Come on, a young Ryan Garcia that has
Ryan Garcia that unfortunately because of his fame, because of his issues outside of the ring, has not really progressed. Yeah, he's got great hand speed and he punches hard, but as soon as he fights somebody that can fight back, it just seems like he doesn't do well. Is it because they haven't allowed him to grow as a fighter?
Trainer Abel Sanchez voiced strong support for Pacquiao's decision to keep fighting. He said, Manny's victory over Rolly at age 46 showed that true champions never lose their passion. Some critics argue Pacquiao should retire to avoid unnecessary risks, but Sanchez disagrees. He believes that real fighters don't just walk away from the sport they love. For Pacquiao, the ring isn't just a place to fight, it's a part of who he is. His discipline, consistent training, and dedication continue to inspire younger generations, proving that passion and perseverance can outlast time itself.
He still looks sharp, doesn't he? 46 years old. He's a multi-millionaire. Why is he coming out of retirement? Let me tell you, it's not just the money. Because it is not a fight like we've seen Jake Paul and Mike Tyson doing, or it's not like one of these Floyd Mayweather fights where he is fighting someone who's unknown. No, this is different. He's doing a 12 3-minute round world title fight against current world champion in Mario Barrios, who is only 29 years old and in his prime right now. Let me ask you this. Do you think that his punch resistance on his chin has stayed the same, or do you think it's declined? Well, this is what happens when you age. Your brain naturally shrinks and loses volume, especially the grey matter. This increases the amount of space between your brain and your skull, meaning when you get hit, the brain moves even more. And when that happens, it increases the risk of concussion and it decreases the ability of you to be able to absorb punches.
That wraps up today's video. Stay tuned for more updates. And until next time, keep your eyes on the fight world.